9 signs. If you have these 9 signs that you are going to become financially free. The number one sign is that, first of all, you have a belief that you don't even doubt yourself for once that you are going to become financially free. It means that not even what, of course, it is possible for you to doubt the vehicle that is going to take you there, but the belief that you are going to become financially rich is not even something that you question. Occasionally, you may have doubts. I don't know, like what way am I? What vehicle is going to take me there? But you do not doubt that you are going to get there. You don't have any doubt. That is one thing that every single person that becomes rich, that is something that influences everyone. You know in your mind, you know in your head that you are one day going to become rich, and there's like no going back. The second sign that you are going to become financially rich is that you spend less than you make. That means that every time that you have money, in fact, I like to say, instead of spending less than you make, I like to say you make more than you spend. It's pretty much the same thing, except that there is a difference in ideology and the way you look at it. If you think that you want to spend less than you make, it means that you think what you make is only fixed and you have to spend less. But if you are thinking making more than you make, more than you spend, then you are thinking of only making more money. In that case, you don't even have to care more about how much you spend as much as you care about how much you make. So that is a very important aspect. A third sign that you are going to become financially free is that you don't have a lot of high interest loans. It means that you don't have loans. If you can, you don't have loans at all. And even if you do have any loans, they are not high interest loans. It means that money that you have borrowed has to be put in assets. It means that for every money that you have borrowed, you should be able to point at an asset and say, if something goes wrong, this is what I'm going to sell to pay back my loan. Now, if you take money and all that you can do is to go and spend, then you are going to have financial difficulties. The fourth sign that you are going to become financially free is if you are a consistent person. And by consistency, I mean if you are consistent in the right direction. I'm sure that whoever you are, you know somebody. You know, those people that you just know, they just never give up in life. Those kind of people, there is no way they know to make it. They just need a sense of direction. You just know some people. No matter what happens to them, they do not give up. They are always fighting their goals. If something spoils, they are on the next thing. If it doesn't work, they are on the next thing. They keep going. Such a person needs a sense of direction. One direction, and so long as you are consistent, that is one sign that shows that you are going to become financially free. Number 5, you know how much you are worth. You are obsessed with calculating your net worth. Because in the end, what makes a difference is the fact that it's what you own. It's not how much you make, it's how much you own. And to be able to know your net worth, it means that you have to know how much money how many things belong to you and how much money that you owe. Your net worth is the difference between money that belongs to you and money that you have borrowed from other people. Whatever is left is your net worth. Of course, it's not limited to just money. It means everything that belongs to you. Your money in your account, your phone, okay? If you have a piece of land, you add it. Everything that you have, you have to add it. And all of that come together to become what your net worth is. So you have to have an obsession with your net worth. Number 6 is that you have to also understand the difference. It means that you are obsessed with assets and you get rid of liabilities. An asset is everything that brings money into your pocket. A liability is everything that takes money out of your pocket. One thing that shows that a person is going to become financially free is that they are constantly obsessed with assets. I remember, when I was much younger, my elder brother used to make a joke about me. He said and this was when I was even in the university, he says, if you ask Adnan to give you a spoon, he's going to ask you, how much money am I going to make on it every month? Like, can we do business with this spoon? Like, can you take this spoon so that every single month you can give me something? Because I was asset conscious. Are you somebody who is conscious of assets? Very important. Number 7 sign that a person is going to become financially free is that they have an obsession with learning. It means that that person does not stop learning. Every single time you are in your car, you are listening to something that is, geared towards, learning. If you are watching TV, you are trying to learn something. As much as, of course, we all like entertainment is nice. If you are somebody who is destined to become financially free, you have an obsession with learning. Because everything that you are going to learn about making money is something that you are going to learn from others. It's not something that you are born with, right? There is a path. There is a way to go about it. There is a lot of scripts that you can follow to become financially free. So if you're a person who is obsessed with learning, then it is definitely one sign that you are going to become financially free. Are you listening to a lot of materials? Are you reading books? Obsession with learning. Number 8 thing that shows that you are going to become financially free is that you are impatient with the things that you have to do now to become rich, but you are patient with the fact that you are going to become rich. This is very important. It means that you are patient about becoming rich, but you are impatient about the things that you have to do now to become rich. Let's say if you were going to the gym and that you needed to, get some sort of result, you'd be patient about getting the results right now, but you'd be impatient about going to the gym every single day. If you want to become rich, you have to be impatient about investing today. You have to be impatient about doing things right today, but you have to have that sense of confidence that you are going to become rich. And because of that, you don't even stress yourself. You are not worried. And the opposite is true. If you are destined to become poor, you are impatient with becoming rich, and you are patient with the things you have to do right now to become rich. That is one thing that shows that a person is not going to become financially free. They are obsessed with becoming rich, but not obsessed with the process, the things you have to do today that will make sure that you become rich. What are you patient about and what are you impatient about? And this thing that I'm teaching you is not even something that I don't apply. Anybody who knows me in real life knows that when I want something, the process, I am impatient about the process. Every single thing that I need, I am patient about the outcome, but impatient about the process. Let us do it. Let's do this. I'm known, for giving pressure when I need to get something accomplished. That is a sign, because you are impatient with things in the short term and patient with things in the long term. Now, the final sign that shows that a person is going to become financially rich is that they are action oriented. It means that as much as you learn, as much as you study, everything that you do, if you do not act, then it means that you are not going to achieve your goals. So one thing that shows that a person will become rich is that they are action oriented. It means that the time between when they get an idea and the time that they execute that idea is very short. In fact, in a world where everything is perfect, it means that I assume in the mind of God, or in a world where everything is perfect, it means that the fastest way to execute an idea would be to think about it and for that idea to be executed. In a not perfect world, you'd have to think of an idea and then think of it and think of it before it is executed. So it means that you have to get yourself closest to the point where you think of an idea and it is executed. Of course, that is not possible. But the distance between when you think of an idea and when you execute it is what is going to change a lot. When I was in the university, there was a friend of mine I had, very intelligent guy. If you had any idea and you discuss it with him, he would punch holes in the idea. He could tell you exactly what was wrong with your idea. He understood everything about ideas. One problem that he had, he just did not execute. So your ideas can be beautiful. Ideas are not complicated to come up with. Everybody can have an idea. But how many of you can actually execute an idea? So if you want to change your financial life, then you have to take action. And there is no doubt, wallahi, we are going to make it. My name is Adnan Saani Dangote. I am going to speak to, I'll pick calls. Governor, thank you very much. My name is Governor. I will become successful in life. I already videoed it. That is very important. It's important to film everything that you are going through right now, get it documented, because tomorrow nobody is going to believe you. Okay? Of course, there's AI and everything. People are going to always doubt you. Sometimes when I post my video from 2027, I see people commenting AI on it. And that is why I keep posting a lot, because even as it ages well, people are going to say it's AI, but I have witnesses who have seen it. I have people who have seen my video for 5 years, 6 years ago. So you have to document your process and make sure that you post it on online. When you post it, you can make it visible to only you, but at least the date should be there, so that one day you can use it, as proof that you have suffered some. Google Pele says, that's me, Aish. Thank you for this. Jamaluddin says, may wanna save money. How? If you want to save money, I have made a video of exactly how you need to save money. I have told you that you have to first of all have a budget. And there are so many types of budget that you can have. You can decide to divide everything that you make by 3. Okay, or you can decide to do 50, 30, 20. That means 50% of everything that you make should be used to buy your needs, things that you cannot live without. 30% should be used to buy your wants, things that you would love to have. And 20% should be used to invest back in whatever give you money, or in, some other investments. I have given a list of applications that you can use to help you with savings. So you have to have a budget. Having a budget is very important, because at the end of every month, you need to be able to tell in advance where your money is going to go. Because if you don't decide where your money is going to go, your money is going to decide for you. I hope I see you one day and I have a conversation with you. Yes, Governor, I hope to see you also one day. Thank you very much for your message. Yao Chichi says that glad to. So of course I'll pick some calls if it is possible to have some calls. I think I still have not qualified to unlock calls. M. Arsalan says love from Pakistan. Thank you, M. Arsalan. I downloaded the Chaka, but I don't understand the process. Today, you can find everything on chats. You can ask ChatGPT how you are able to invest on Chaka. You can do that. Mabel Awaji says, please, how can I reach you one-on-one? So there's a link in my bio if you want to book one-on-one with me. Of course, I used to do it for free, but I just can't keep up. So you know, uh, if you want to book a paid session, you can use the link in my bio to book one. Omar Bangara says, congratulations, thank you. Okay. So Ajay Beckham says, I say I'm Kumasi. I have been to Tamale before. I want to start Airbnb. So you don't. It's not only Tamale you can start Airbnb. You can start Airbnb even in Kumasi. Of course, if you want to understand how it's done, there's a link in my bio. You can use that to have access. Uh, Jamel said, I have a question for you, sir. Yes, of course, you can ask your question. So Ruth Oladele says, keep being phenomenal. Say, this is terrific. Thank you very much, Ruth. I appreciate it. Mr. Asalan said, do you know something about Pakistan? No, unfortunately, I don't know a lot about Pakistan. Too many people have. Okay, so apparently too many people are following me in Pakistan. So I appreciate you. Thank you if you are watching from Pakistan. I appreciate you. I hope that, you are carrying the message, you know, over there. Wagana Mkonda, we are listening. Thank you. Okay, so good. C says, I have an idea, but I'm scared of my bro who I live with will discourage me. Why are you afraid that your brother is going to discourage you? Why do you actually live with people who do not believe in you? Frankly, is it that what have you done a lot of wrong in the past? Is it that you funded a lot of business ideas that didn't work? In that case, maybe he could have a point. If it is that you have done several businesses in the past and you just don't know what you are doing. But otherwise, if you have an idea and you discuss it with him, why should he discourage you? You have to hang out with people who believe in you. Because listen, one thing is sure, you are never perfect, right? Every human being you have, you it's not everything you can do very well, right? So you need people who encourage you, people who, let you understand that you can do it. Thank you very much. If anybody has gifted me, Governor, thank you very much. I appreciate it. If I haven't mentioned your name, Faith Iman, thank you very much. I appreciate it. My name is Adnan Makbul. As a student, how can I start a business with zero investment? I am from Balochistan. Okay, Adnan, yes, to start a business, first of all, if you don't have money, right? You said zero capital. If you don't have money, you have to learn a skill. You have two options. Either that you are going to learn a skill or that you are going to get a job. If you don't have money, the only thing that you can sell is your skill or your labor. So you are either selling your labor by getting a job. That is why I have a problem when people say that, I don't have to. I see how you swipe. Okay. I've seen a message that is. So one thing that you have to understand is that if you do not have capital, you have to either sell your skill or you have to sell your labor. That means that you have to get a job. That's why I don't agree with the fact that people say all the time that a job is not good. A job is not good if you have a lot of money, but if you have nothing going for you, go get a job, right? Or go learn a skill. And today you are lucky that you can learn a lot of a lot of skills online. So you have two options if you have no capital. Are you going to sell your labor or are you going to sell your skill? And a skill, of course, you don't have it for free. You have to learn the skill. So those are the only options. I've written a book about this, in fact, that is called The Wealth GPS. And you can comment GPS to get the book. In that book, I say that if you have nothing going on for you, get a job. If you already have a job, start a business. If you already have a business, find out a way to automate that business. And by automating that business, I mean find out a way to make the business work without you. If you already have a business that works without you, it means that you have money coming passively. You have to learn two things. You have to learn either to become an investor. It means learn everything about investing and how to protect your capital, or you have to build a personal brand, or both, right? But one is much better. So in any case, either whether you build a personal brand or not, you are somehow still going to invest. So investment is something you have to learn. So there is a path, and based on where you find yourself, that is where you pick the right path for you. Jamal says, I have a question for you, sir. Okay. I even read the book, Adnan. I've been chatting you for a long time, though, Archie. No reply. Adnan, you have no reply to my personal message. Your private. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I cannot see all the messages. Great says, is it advisable to buy a house in Ghana for business in your absence? This is very hard. It depends on what you are doing. There are two things that you are either doing. You are either protecting your capital, okay? Are you doing it as a move to protect your capital? And in that case, you are not thinking of money that is going to make. You are maybe trying to diversify where you are. Maybe you don't find that your money is safe, and then you want to buy a house with it in Ghana so that it can serve as some sort of security for you. Just in case the work that you are doing does not go well, you can always sell it. Or are you doing it because you want to make more money? And I am always of the idea that whatever you have done that has brought you money, you can, do the same thing. Somebody's calling my phone. I'm so sorry. So whatever you have done that has given you money, you can do the same thing. You can continue keeping your money there to make the same thing, to make more money, except if you wanted to diversify. Then in that case, you are doing something passive. So if it is a money-making move, is it an industry that you understand? Are you buying the house? Do you already know for a fact that there's demand? Especially demand. Do you know for a fact that there is demand where you are investing it? If you don't know that, and it is a capital protection move, I have no problem with that. I have built an entire hotel because I wanted to kind of keep capital. It wasn't a demand move. So I would have no problem if there isn't a lot of demand. But if you are doing it because you want to make money, then it has to be in something that you really, really, really understand. Otherwise, if it is diversification, then it makes sense. So I'm sorry if I don't see your Ruby says, I love your content every day from South Africa. Thank you. Anyone who's watching from South Africa, thank you very much. I appreciate you. There is Nana Akuya who says, good day, my mentor. Good day, Nana. So, Masakoma Biatu says, thank you for this eye-opening lesson. I hope I can get more insights watching from Liberia. Thank you, anyone from watching from Liberia. I would like to know if you are watching. I want you to tell me where are you watching from, and try to share this live on your wall so that we can get to as many people as possible. Very, very important. I'm a content creator, live in Liberia. My content is about love, kindness, and finding your purpose. James Mason says he will teach us about love, kindness, and finding your purpose. That's a good one. Jamal says, how can I turn it into a business? I don't understand your question, but do you realize that pretty much every business in the world first start as a job, except of course if you are somebody who has money and then you already go and set up a team and you start. But most businesses start first as a job. It means from the onset, you are the one doing the cleaning, you are the one doing the errands, you are the one doing the marketing, you are the one doing the accounting, you are the one doing everything. As that business grows, then you can now bring people on. Somebody else is doing accounting, somebody else is doing marketing, somebody else is doing everything. And then it becomes a business. So every business is a job first, and then it becomes a business. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They understand the job aspect, but they don't understand the business aspect. So if you're a plumber, there's a business aspect to plumbing, right? If you are an electrician, there's the job aspect of being an electrician, and there is the business aspect of it. The job aspect is that you go to fix the plumbing, you go to fix the electricity. The business aspect of it is you finding other electricians and forming a team, having KPIs, and then working with a team and then growing that business, finding more customers, bringing on more people. So pretty much every job that you have has a business aspect of it. It is up to you to find that business aspect of your job. Our channel, Kofi says, I will contact you, boss. All right. The network is conducive in your... the network is not conducive, I see. Sorry about that. Let me try to do something and see if it's different now. Let me know if it is, if the network is okay now. How do you have an idea about motorpads? So Thomas says, how can I invest in IC Wolf? So yeah, you just download it. They have a liquidity fund, which is, something that is, safe that you can invest in. But of course, you can look also on ChatGPT to get more ideas about it. But you can also invest in the IC liquidity fund if you don't know how to buy stocks and you want it traded, for you. You want it somebody else to manage your money. Then you can invest in their liquidity fund. Of course, this is something that I have nothing to do with. I'm just showing you how to do. So, you have to do your own background checks. Okay, I've learned about forex trading. I want to learn the skill of forex trading. No, I don't. I'm not a forex trader, so I'm sure there are people who can teach you that. Danny says, I am from Uganda. Hello, everyone from Uganda. I appreciate you if you are watching from Uganda. Watching from Copenhagen, Denmark. Thank you. Dice, the life coach. Bios Amalod says, you have been a blessing to my life, sir, from Nigeria. Thank you, Bio. So, Latif from Nigeria. Thank you for everyone. If you are watching from any part of Africa, if you are watching from any part of the world, you have to understand that mindset is important. And the reason why I personally don't blame, I like to talk about practical life lessons, but I also understand that a lot of people talk about mindset a lot. And I kind of don't blame that because everything starts from the mind. Every single thing starts from the mind. You could have the hardware, everything. If you are defeated in the mind, there's nothing that you can start. So the first fight you have to win is with your mind. It means you have to be able to tell yourself that you can do it, and you have to be able to wow, Tony, my photographer. How are you, Tony? I hope everything is good. All right. So Raha, mindset shift. Yeah, mindset is everything. It's important, the kind of mindset that you have, because that's where everything starts. That's where that's the war you have to win first before every other one. Max Ndungu says, can we kindly get a full recorded video of this? Yes, after this live session, you can find it on YouTube. So you will find it on YouTube. This entire live session will be on YouTube. All right. Okay. Alhaji Ali says, I'm watching from Nigeria. Adnan, you have done so much for future billionaires. You are blessed. Thank you very much, Ali. I appreciate it. So Simon Max says, can grocery store business give you financial freedom? Watching from Zambia. So, Great Max, one thing you have to understand is that almost every business that you can think of has actually made somebody rich. If it hasn't made you rich, somebody else is making so much money doing that business. So a business has to meet a lot of criteria for you to even take it seriously. The most important thing is demand. Where you are doing it, is there demand? Because if there's no demand, you are going to suffer. Once there is demand, everything else can come together and make sense. You'll be able to organize yourself. It means even when you are going to fail, it means that you have chosen to fail. When there's no demand, it is something else. So every business that you are going to do, is there demand, where you want to start that business? Is it something that can make you profit? Of course, if there's a lot of demand, then it can. So there's just so many other things that you have to consider. But pretty much every business you can talk about, you can make money out of it if you know what you are doing. So that question, you are the only person who can answer it. If grocery business is the best, is it something that works in your neighborhood? Does it have a lot of demand? Thank you very much, Ampofu. I'm watching from the gateway to Africa. I suppose that is Ghana, right? Thank you very much. Ali from hello. So Asif Ali is from Indonesia. Thank you, anyone watching from Indonesia. I appreciate it. Somebody, Max Ndugu, says that how can I build generational wealth? That is a very important question. Now, when you observe most people who have built generational wealth, okay, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And one thing I personally have observed about people who have built generational wealth is that they have strategic bragging. And strategic bragging is that every single person who is rich, in fact, they are proud. It's like they hide their personal assets and flaunt their business assets. It means that they do the opposite of what poor people do. Poor people talk about their personal assets more than they talk about their businesses, their job promotion, their professional growth. Rich people do not do that. People who have built generational wealth, if you notice Mark Zuckerberg and the Dangotes, you don't even know how many houses Dangote have. But every time he opens a business, he's going to do something, they are talking about it. So, strategically, if you want to kind of trick yourself to think generationally, then you should stop immediately bragging about the things that don't make you money. In fact, you should start, if you have to brag, bragging is not good. But when I say brag, I don't mean brag, you understand? I mean, if you want to be proud of something, then you should be proud about your growth in your business. It is not for nothing that I keep telling myself I'm Ghana's most reviewed Airbnb host. Because of course I am Ghana's most reviewed Airbnb host. But by putting it out there, it makes me, hook my identity to that. It means that it's something I'm not going to want to lose. It's something I'm going to want to protect. And it's the only game that you can win. Because if you are proud of the things that bring you money, it means that you are going to want to do it more. And the more you do that thing, the more money that you make. But if you are proud of the things that take money from your pocket, it means you are going to want to do more of that. And the more that you do that, because of course you don't have unlimited money, the more that you brag about those things, the less money that you make, because those things, you're going to want to have more of it and you're going to make less and less money. So people who have generational wealth, they think different. And I probably, it's something that I actually notice. Rich people don't talk about their personal, property and things that don't make them money. They only talk about things that make them money. You only hear about them in the news for things that make them money. You know, so that is something that if you can take from this conversation, of course, especially that you said you are interested in generational wealth, right? I haven't created generational wealth yet, but when I observe people who have, this is one thing that I've noticed. Almost all of them, use this manual that I have just given to you. They publicly talk about assets that bring them money, and they almost never talk about assets that don't bring them money, right? So it is something that you have to take. Drop your number, which can contact. Zakaria Abdul says, bro, please drop your number, which we can contact you directly. You can find it on the link in my bio. If you want to reach out, you can, there's a link in my bio, you can use that. Christabel Rang says, you have helped me in so many ways. Thank you very much, Christabel. I appreciate. Isua says, which side is Joe's? I have no idea. So someone says, bro, I'm just trying to create an account with IC Wealth, but it's not working from Tamale. I think maybe you are not doing it the right way. You have to try to use chats to guide you. Or you can also call them, Google, look for their number and then reach out to them. They will help you out. Area of study is very important for business. Yes, that is true. All right, guys. So I'm still, Bio says I'm still a skill worker who doesn't have savings from year to year. But since I started following you, I've been saving 10% of what I did. Thank you. That is progress. You have to celebrate your progress, however little